So, tattoos are pretty fun, aren't they? Literally, as soon as I started filming this, the sun came out, so I've had to put these sunglasses on as a safety precaution. So you're just going to need to deal with it. So, as an actor, tattoos are generally frowned upon because the actor's job, essentially, is to be a blank canvas. The actor is essentially a vessel for storytelling, so you need to be completely blank, and anything to do with the character that needs to be added can be added. But trying to hide tattoos, in particular, is a very extensive process. Tattoos are generally something that a lot of directors especially would like to prohibit. So as an actor with tattoos, I personally have always loved tattoos. If you've gone back and you've seen some of my videos, you may well have seen my tattoos. Well, some of them anyway. I have a tattoo on my left wrist, I've got a tattoo on my right forearm, and I've got another tattoo on my left calf. When I first got my tattoos, I approached it like every person getting tattoos for the first time, in that the tattoos have to have a significant meaning, otherwise I'll regret it in a few years. I think what I think they mean keeps evolving as I get older. When somebody asks, what does your tattoo mean? What they're actually asking is, why did you put that on your body? What was your reason for getting that tattoo? And there's nothing wrong with asking, because some people are genuinely just curious, because you can ask questions for a number of reasons, but you can also get tattoos for a number of reasons. One of the best things that I've heard from somebody that has a lot of tattoos is sometimes you just want to go to a tattoo studio and get tattooed. I have had to be a little bit careful with what I get, first of all, but also where I get them. The tattoos that I have on my arms, in particular, are the most obvious ones, because they're the ones that everybody is going to see. So a lot of my costumes in the past have had long sleeves, or if the director doesn't care about my tattoos, they just let me wear short sleeve if it fits the character. The other one, which I've never really explored properly, has been covering it with makeup. Like, there's special types of foundation and concealer that you can get to cover tattoos. Now, that sort of makeup can be quite expensive, but if you are an actor and you really want to get tattoos, or you're an actor and have tattoos, it might be worth investing in something like that. Something that Daniel Radcliffe said was he always wanted to get tattoos, but he would always remember the comments of makeup artists who he worked with complaining about having to cover other people's tattoos. One way you can avoid that situation is just by covering them yourself. I think it's important to remember that just because I'm an actor doesn't mean I'm not in full control of my body. I've decided if I get another tattoo on my arm, it's going to be on my left arm, just as some sort of weird balance thing that makes sense in my head. And any other tattoos I want, I'm going to get them on my legs. I have quite large thighs, so I think it would be a shame to not use such a vast canvas. Also, I really like the look of leg tattoos. I think they look fantastic. I've got a couple of different ideas that I've got milling about in my head for tattoos, but I don't want to speak any of them aloud because I haven't fully committed to any of them yet. I've noticed a trend, by the way, specifically with actors in acting training. You tend to find people have more outlandish looks, like more coloured hair, more tattoos, more piercings, more alternative clothing. You tend to find that people that look like that, or choose to look like that, they're much more in the early stages of their acting training. And that, in my experience, the people that get to the later stages, or the people that get to drama school level, tend to look a little bit more conventional. They tend to look a little bit more blank canvas. I think the further you go in acting training, the more you start to realize your looks are incredibly important. Please don't ever feel that you have to change the way that you look for any reason, because individuality is something that nobody should ever try and take away from you. Like most things, tattoos are heavily stigmatized. Again, that's something that we as people have to change about ourselves. Social norms are constantly changing. I feel like I can take my glasses off now. Social norms are constantly changing. So stigmas around social issues should also constantly change, but that's not always the case. Some people are very dead set in their ways. And that's not necessarily their fault, that's the way that they've been brought up to think. And when you're taught something at an early age, if it gets ingrained into your skull enough, you don't ever change it. Or it's very difficult to change it because the young mind is incredibly impressionable. At the end of the day, whatever you decide to do with your body is 100% your choice. That's a general rule, by the way. Please don't comment negatively about people's tattoos. Please stop doing that. I don't care what your reason for doing it is. Please don't make somebody feel bad for their tattoos, because they spend a lot of money on their tattoos, first of all. Second, tattoos are mostly irreversible. Tattoos mean something to the person that has them. They don't have to mean anything to anyone else. It really upsets me, because if that person has already had second thoughts about it, or if that person wasn't 100% when they got it, or even if that person loves it and you're making them feel like crap about it, that's a horrible, horrible thing to watch happen to someone. I think a general rule of thumb, and a lot of people seem to have forgotten this, if you wouldn't want it said to you, don't say it to someone else. I can't believe it's come to that. I genuinely can't believe I've actually said that. It honestly baffles me how many people seem to have forgotten that idea. And yes, everyone has freedom of speech, but you also have freedom of silence. You don't have to say every little thing that pops into your head, so please don't make fun of somebody, or please don't make somebody feel bad for their tattoos. It's a real dick move. So to finish up, your body is yours to do with what you want. Do your research before you decide to actually go and get tattoos. And if you don't have tattoos, don't ruin anyone else's day by telling them you don't like theirs.